Meat and potatoes. Living in Wisconsin, you can find it everywhere. I'm going to add a Cajun touch to it. We're going to make crawfish étouffée and smother our steak and our potatoes. And make sure you got Louisiana crawfish tails. And for those of you trying to read this, that does not say these hotels, that actually says Desertail. Before we get started, I'm going to give my potatoes a head start. I'm going to get these potatoes baked up. I got them wrapped in aluminum foil with salt, pepper, and butter. I'm going to give these potatoes 20 minutes before I start cooking the étouffée. Every 5 minutes or so, I'll just turn these potatoes. I'm going to let that aluminum foil kind of act like the oven. Give them potatoes a little head start. My potatoes have had about a 20-minute head start. I'm going to go ahead and throw my pan on top of my grill here. I'll keep doing the same thing with the potatoes while I cook the étouffée. What you'll need for that, you're going to make sure you get you a pound of crawfish tails. You'll need a stick of butter. I'm going to be using some Slap Your Mama seasoning. I've got half a cup of water and a teaspoon of flour or tablespoon of flour. And of course, we got an onion. I got half a bell pepper in there, about half a stick of celery, a little bit of garlic. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to put the stick of butter in my pan. Try not to drop your wrapper in there. We're going to let that start melting down. I went ahead and closed my damper. I don't want a high heat right now, so we're about a medium heat. My butter's melted. I'm going to go ahead. Remember, make sure you don't burn that butter. I'm going to go ahead and add all my vegetables in there. My goal here is just to let my vegetables kind of get soft and tender. As those vegetables cook down, I'm going to just keep flipping my potatoes. Them vegetables ain't ready yet, but they getting close. They starting to get soft, just like my mama's heart. That my vegetables have cooked down, they're ready. I'm going to go ahead and add my pound of crawfish. And make sure you add all the juice that's in that bag too. Right after I add my crawfish, I'm going to go ahead and add a little Slap Your Mama seasoning. And for me, I put about that much. Now that my seasoning is added, I'm going to go ahead and shut my fire down because I just want this to simmer. And I'm just going to cover that. And just check that. This is one thing, you don't want this to stick to the bottom. My crawfish has been simmering for about 10 minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and add half a cup of water here and about a teaspoon of flour. And I'm going to start adding that in there because I like my étouffée a little thicker. And you can already see how much it's starting to thicken up. I'm going to let this just simmer I'm going to cover it and I'm going to let this simmer for 10 minutes. Potatoes are getting soft. My potatoes are getting ready. I'm going to go ahead and just put my potatoes right here on my warming rack. I can finish off right here if I don't drop them. This has been simmering for about 10 minutes and it's looking perfect. I'm going to go ahead and pull it off on my grill. Make sure my grill is nice and clean. I know my potatoes are pretty much done. I'm going to go ahead and sear these steaks. I've got my grill wide open. I'm just letting it go. And we're going to do about 1.5 minutes on each side here. Let's go ahead and flip these steaks. Oh, yeah. That's looking right. Ooh, that little cocoon's hot. Oh, but man, they ready. Ribeyes are done. The crawfish, the étouffée is done. And the potatoes are done. Let me show y'all how to serve that up real quick. Ooh, look at that étouffée. That is ready. All right, let me put one of them steaks over here like that. Oh, yeah. Give me one of them potatoes. I like that big one right there. Give me that big old potato right there. I'm going to take my fork. Let me see how that ribeye come out. Oh, bro. That's perfect, Shy. Look here. Let's cut that potato. That little crispy skin. And look, let me show you what you do next. You take that potato, you take that ribeye, and you take your spoon, and you smother that potato like that. And then you're going to come and do the same thing over your ribeye. I'm not a fancy man, but this right here is some good eating. Whew. That's perfect.